And it's so sad, even more sad, that now I've gotten to learn that he's talking about the Chinese look at us and even call us the black ghosts.
Oh wow. Maybe you don't know, in China, they don't even call us African man or a black man. They call you Hey Gui.
Not even the black man, not even the blacks. Is Kenya becoming the new Zambia? Now, when I was in Zambia, I saw a lot of similarities between Lusaka, Zambia, or even Livingstone with Nairobi, Kenya. Like how people do life and how things happen. Like there was a lot of similarities, especially coming from the southern part of Africa. But that is not the way that I'm asking if Kenya is becoming the new Zambia.
Do you know that in the capital of Africa, Kenya, the pride of Africa, you will find a Chinatown, not just a Chinatown, but a China city. A city where you can find anything made in China. Like the food, I'm talking about this one, the ones you see Jackie Chan eat in the movies. And also you can find all the things you can find in China.
In Zambia, there is a whole discussion that is still ongoing, or so I hope it's still ongoing, of the influx or takeover of Chinese. And there was even a whole discussion that was kind of trending about Zambians being the foreigners.
I mean, going to Zambia for the first time, it was shocking to me to see Chinese signboards everywhere.
And the Chinese being the owners of the country, which at that point, I still did not get it fully. Well, 2 days ago, I did go to this mall in Kenya. It's called Rivers Mall. And I was shook. I was going for my own normal event. It was the first day of the new year according to Chinese. And I found this whole concert ongoing about of Chinese basically. First of all, I was shook on the number of people that are Chinese and are here in Kenya. Like, it's shocking. You know how the trending city, the new China Square conversation and controversy was trending here in Kenya, where a whole big mall was opened about, you know, how it took away the business from normal Kenyans, because now there was like an influx of people going to the China Square and things being cheaper and stuff like this, which shooks me. Like, it hit me. Like, have you ever gotten like a shock? Like, it really did shook me on how we are blind on the number of Chinese that have currently now moved into Kenya. Come to a place like Sarit Center. Every other, like let's say monthly, you won't fail to have an expo about the Chinese and the businesses that they are selling. And I've been there, yeah, and I've seen the businesses that are going on, and we would think, you know what, it's a good idea for the business, for the Chinese to bring the business to Kenyans and stuff like this. But my biggest fear comes to the unfortunate fact of how, unfortunately, Chinese do not see us as we see them. And unfortunately, as Kenyans or as Africans, we see them with an eye of they've come to help us. But is that not how colonization actually happened? Where it was in the aspect of, we are here to help you? And it's a sad story, especially the more I have taken a minute to listen to Wodemaya addressing this idea of Chinese in Africa, because who else should we go to apart from Wodemaya, who was living in Chinese and he understands the whole aspect of the influence of the Chinese in our country. And it's so sad, even more sad, that now I've gotten to learn that he's talking about the Chinese look at us and even call us the black ghosts.
Oh wow. Maybe you don't know, in China, they don't even call us African man or a black man. They call you Hey Gui.
Not even the black man, not even the blacks. And you know what was even more irritating is them singing in Swahili. Well, let's try be diverse and stuff like this. I was just like, oh, they've taken over. This is the continuation of their plans and schemes. And unfortunately, you go to places like Zambia is where you find like billboards are written in Chinese and stuff like this. Very soon, this is gonna happen. Do you know another sad part is we could slowly be losing Kenya. I went to the American embassy and inside things are written in English, Swahili, and Somali. And I was like, why is it written in Somali? Why is it not written in Kikuyu, you know? But it's because of the number of Somalis that have taken over Eastleigh. Sad story still on its own, but well, story for another day. At least they are Africans. They are part of us. They don't look down on who we are as Kenyans and stuff like this. But I'm afraid that very soon we'll go to the American Embassy and you'll find now the fourth interpretation, which will be Chinese. And well, I just thought to do this video as an awareness and in whatever impact it could have on how shook I am on the impact of Chinese and the coming to Africa. And I'm praying that there's not going to be a story loading anytime soon of disrespect, of, you know. And sadly, I am afraid it's still happening because people continue to be like, how you do anything is how you do everything. So if how you treat others is the same way you're going to treat us, you know, which is a sad story. So let's get this conversation going. Let's educate each other on some of the impact on these things that are going on in our countries. You know, like, is it for our own good? And at this point, not from a political point of view, but like from awareness point of view, and how we behave as normal people would have an impact on communicating even to the political people that are able to make a difference. I'm keen to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. For now, I am feeling sad because the war for Black people continues to be major, and I wish we can continue educating each other on how, as Black people, we need to, you know, unite and recognize that that this war does exist and stop being in a place of denial. And it's sad that I was in this place of denial and being like, you know what, I don't get why we keep talking about colors, stuff like this. But when you understand it and when you get it, it's different. It's different. And I hope as you're watching this video, you will learn that this is not about anti-China coming to Kenya, but this is a question of, are we going to be in the same place that Zambia was? Or I don't know if it still is, but are we going to get to a place that people can come to, even our country, to even disrespect us? And the sad part is when I think about us, when you go, so many videos trend of us when we go to, like, unfortunately, these Caucasians, white, Chinese, Asian countries, some level of disrespect that we get just because of our color. And it's sad. It's sad for me to think that you're coming to help us and calling us a black ghost. That makes me so sad. I'm like, you know what? Keep the help. We will still survive. Whew. Yeah. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.
I know the people in power has really filled the continent, but I strongly believe that if the youth of this great continent rise up, we shall overcome this.